Hi, Nancy Smith, and this is my husband, Trevor Smith. We're retired teachers and from Michigan. A couple years ago, when we came down to Haymarket to go to our granddaughter's graduation, we just started thinking, why are we staying in Michigan where the weather's so cold in the winter? And then started again thinking about, well, why don't we move to Virginia? So we put our house up for sale in Michigan, sold it right away, and then came down here, worked with a realtor, and just found this property. It's on some acreage, and then as a result, asked for some recommendations of builders. The realtor gave us the recommendation of Golden Rule Builder, and then another friend gave us the same recommendation of Golden Rule Builders. So we set up an appointment and met with, who did we meet with? Dennis. And we were just so impressed with the individual attention. When we walked in, I'll never forget, they had up on their TV screen, "Welcome, Trevor and Nancy Smith." Just everything, all the details, the excellence, the quality of what they offer.
The build was really amazing from start to finish. I had a point person that I interfaced with. We had design people that worked with us, and then once the house started, then there was a pass off to who was going to oversee the construction. We worked with, it happened to be Kevin, and we worked with him regularly through text, through phone calls. Sometimes we met on site here and would talk about how things were going and progressing. I would say that Kevin was an incredible listener. My impression has always been and continues to be that that's what Golden Rule Builder expected of him, is that he listened to us and what we really wanted to do here with our house. From day one, when we broke ground and dug for the basement, we felt like it was our house and we were allowed on the property. We knew how to get in. If there were any lock codes or anything like that, we always had them. We were always updated on them. We were allowed to come in and see how things were progressing. If we wanted to do anything, touch anything up or move a switch or something, we really were given a lot of flexibility. Also, I would say one more thing. Is that for part of the build, not too much of it, but a little bit of it, we were both in Michigan, taking care of business there and wrapping up our household there. And Kevin was just great. He would send us pictures. This is where we progressed. This is what's happening. And they were detailed enough pictures that you could say, yes, I like that. That looks excellent. And even to the point that if something didn't turn out quite how the design said or how Kevin thought it should be, he would send detailed pictures of those things and say, hey, this is what's happening. How would you like to address this moving forward?
I think that's an important point too, because we were from out of state. There was an initial concern of us not being here as often like we had experienced in the past. But I never felt nervous or anxious about, oh no, what's happening today? I just knew that it would be taken care of and that Kevin, who was on site, would take care of things as if it was his own home. And although I'm using his name because that's who he worked with, that's just the mindset of Golden Rule Builders, that it's quality.
We're pretty far from the Golden Rule Builders offices, their business office, and there would be random times when I would be here walking around the house, and Jerry, who is an employee of Golden Rule Builder, or Dennis, the designer, would walk through just to kind of see, for Dennis, is this really what I envisioned? Is that what's happening? And it was interesting, both Jerry and Dennis didn't walk away and say, perfect, we're so proud of ourselves. Both of them walked away and said, let's make sure that happens, this happens. I mean, they were literally coming here to oversee and make sure that the house was going to be the house of our dreams.
Again, I love the attention to all the details. When the house was completed and we were in, they scheduled a celebration. And so several of their staff, Joel, Dennis, Kevin, Stephanie, they brought lunch for us and a welcoming home basket. Just, we've never experienced that.
The subcontractors were also very impressive. It was amazing to me how respectful they were always. They were careful with their work.
And we would get regular emails of a survey to just find out how we thought the construction was proceeding, if there were any suggestions or... I appreciated that because, again, we've built before and never had the opportunity to just on a regular basis give our input, evaluate our thoughts, our satisfaction of the process.
We have a full basement in this house, and it is for sure a Golden Rule Builder standard basement. It is deep, it's 9 feet tall, and one of my concerns, because I wanted to have a wood shop in the basement, as one of my hobbies is woodworking, and we went kind of where's the best space for that. The basement made the most sense. So as we progressed with the build, one of the things that we tried to pay attention to, we meaning our collaboration with Golden Rule Builder, is how do we handle this basement where it can function well for me as a shop going forward. So we paid attention to things like where we placed the furnace, where we ran all the trunk lines, how open is the staircase to be able to get things in and out. So we actually have a separate stairwell to go outside, an outside entrance to the basement, just so we kind of could address all of those things. So that has really opened up an opportunity for me to have a shop of my dreams along with the house.
And without hesitation, we would highly recommend Golden Rule Builders to our friends, our neighbors. I know that even a couple neighbors have asked who our builders were. They saw the sign, but they were so impressed with the building of our house. They watched it go up. They got to see it more often than we did because they would be driving back and forth each day, but they were just very impressed with the construction.